So if you ask a defensive coach what's important, they're going to say, well, we want to be able to cover as many offensive personnels without having to change many defensive personnels. Why? Because when you change personnel on defense, it's easy to take advantage of those matchups. So you can go heavy DB, then you'll run the ball easier. If you go, heavy linebackers, then you'll just throw your receivers out there and get mismatches, right? So what you want to be able to do is you want to get a solid set of 11 guys, and you might want to get like an extra dude just for an extra like NASCAR package or something like that. But you really want to have as least guys on defense as possible, as least change as you could possibly get to cover offensive formations. Here's an example of LSU covering 4 wide receivers with their nickel personnel. And you're probably asking me, well, Voch, how are they covering 4 receivers with their nickel personnel? Well, ladies and gentlemen, linebacker Jabril Cox is right there. So we didn't change out of nickel to cover your 3 receivers. We didn't change out of nickel when you brought the extra receiver on the field. We stayed in our formation. We stayed true to what we were. So then when you condense your formation, we'll just take our linebacker, put him back in the box, and we'll play your run. That's how we play chess, ladies and gentlemen. So you got Jabril Cox here who's lined up against your slot receiver, and you may think you have like this mismatch there, but you don't. Let's just kind of run the play here. Jabril Cox, number 19 for the duration of this film session. You think that your wide receivers would have the advantage over brother Jabril Cox, but they don't. He runs with them just as well. And not only that, but he makes plays on the football as he's doing it, okay? Now, we got a bunch of plays to show y'all. That was Jabril right there, just carrying his wide receiver off the screen there. I got a lot of plays of Jabril Cox making plays on the football, just like he did there. Carrying different receivers, carrying running backs, carrying tight ends. So, grab you a snack, get you some water, and let's take a look at Jabril Cox from LSU. Take a look at this, right? Because Texas A&M thought they was cute. This is a real fun game to watch because you can really see the back and forth chess moves in this. Texas A&M thought they was cute by isolating Jabril Cox up top by himself with the wide receiver here on the island, in press man coverage. Texas A&M thought they was being cute, but your job as an offense is to find mismatches, and I think that Jabril Cox is a mismatch buster. Take a look at him, fam. They even tried to get physical with him. They tried to get physical off the line of scrimmage with Jabril Cox. That ain't gonna work. And this is a big fella that he's covering, so he can cover people that's bigger than him, and he's covering people that's like fast. Like, come on, son. Well, what we doing here? Jabril Cox, they're gonna try to push him around a little bit illegally, but he's going to get right back in phase, get to the back hip like he's supposed to, and play the football, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get that cartel view? He should be on the right side of the screen here. Jabril Cox ain't nothing to play with. He makes plays on the football, ladies and gentlemen. He had 6 interceptions at North Dakota State, and he got 3 interceptions this year for LSU. Come on, son. And don't tell me we got a linebacker right here covering people, and he's the one that's looking for the football. They really trying to be physical with him at the line of scrimmage, man. But that ain't working. That's not freeing you up. They're doing everything in their power to try to get free from Jabril, but he just covers well. He's in phase well. He's just a natural athlete, man. And he's looking back for the football here. Just naturally looking back for the football. The ball was overthrown because Kellen Mond is that dude or whatever. But man, come on, son, man. Jabril is nice, and they just trying him, and it doesn't work. Everybody on the sideline mad, and they try and throw a flag, but it's just not working. Jabril Cox is just one of them dudes, bro. Like even if you kind of beat him a little bit, like he's always in the fight. And when you're asking people to cover guys, man, that's the least you can ask for, man. Just be in the fight. Just be around the football when it gets there. And I'm showing y'all all this film of Jabril. He's right here, lined up outside or whatever. I could show you him like covering people from his linebacker spot, or him like verse the run at his linebacker spot. But I think that's very typical. And I will show you that later. I just wanted to show you this impressiveness, right? This is just so impressive. Him being a linebacker and just, find a receiver to line up against. Line up outside on the island by yourself in man coverage, right? Take a look at him here. He's gonna be in zone coverage here. He's gonna drop back in the zone, and he's just gonna get this feel for the route combination behind him. He's just gonna read the eyes of the quarterback here, right? Because if you look at Arkansas, and this is a pretty IQ type play for me, but if you look at Arkansas, look at how spread out they are, right? That's widespread. So if you're Jabril Cox and you're in this situation, a handful of things are gonna happen. They're either deep behind you or they're like shallow behind you, and you can read the eyes of the quarterback and tell that. Now, if the quarterback throws deep, is nothing that Jabril could do about it, but Jabril has put himself in good position just in case the quarterback decides to throw short, and he ain't got to look back to know where the receivers are, because you can just look and know where the receivers are, and by the timing of the route, like, they're not going to be on the other side of the field. So Jabril puts himself in great position. He's reading the eyes of the quarterback, and interception, playboy. Interception, playboy. Was this a touchdown? Was this the pick six? This was the pick six. So there we go. Jabril Cox. He's incredible. I take that back, ladies and gentlemen. That was not a pick six. The pick six was here versus Mississippi State. Take a look at your boy, Jabril Cox, who is closer in the box, but he's still doing some good wide receiver work here. This is the pick six. This is where he gets in the end zone play. How dope would it be to get some of this, man? I know as a Cowboys fan, we don't get this all the time. Like, we don't always get, we don't always get touchdowns off turnovers, or just, albeit we don't get turnovers at all. You know what I mean? But how dope would it be if we get a guy that can up our turnover rating and can actually get us in the daggum end zone from those turnovers, man? I like what we did at the linebacker spot, man. Like we got two linebackers this year. One can get us a gang more sacks than we had last year, and the other can get us a lot more coverage and interceptions than we did last year, bro. I like what we did at the linebacker spot. And now let me play some boring film for you. We're gonna play some of his run. What the hell is going on? Who is this lady? What is she doing? You know what? I bet she one of the people that ruin swag surfing. Whatever. Anyway, I kind of wanted to get into some of this with y'all, just to show some of his run game stuff, right? Because at the end of the day, he is a linebacker, and he will start as a run game player. Like, his passing game stuff is what's going to be the fun part about it. His covering wide receivers, his getting interceptions. That's going to be the rewards on the back end. Even if we talk about the other linebacker, Parsons, right? Him getting sacks is the reward on the back end. But the first thing that we got to do is stop the run. Like, that's what the biggest impediment was to the Cowboys defense last year, was the run defense. So but we got D linemen now. We got D linemen to help with that. So if we get guys that can properly stop the run, then you can get what these linebackers are great at, right? You get sacks, you get interceptions, all that fun stuff. Jabril Cox is 19, by the way. Like, they got an 18 guy to our right, then they got 19 to our left. So I understand that, if it weren't for the indicators on the screen, you'll probably be a little lost. But that is Jabril Cox. He's number 19. And just look at how he's built, man. He's built like a safety almost. I know people, they ask me a lot, because it's a very common Cowboy fan question. Yo, Voch, can we take one of these linebackers and move him to safety? Voch, can we take one of these cornerbacks and move him to free? I mean, no, not really. I'm not a big fan of that, because if you take Jabril and put him at safety, he would be a strong safety, and that would take Donovan off the field. Why would you do that when you could just have Donovan and Jabril on the field? You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to move my linebackers to be box safeties. I think they're just fine where they are. Just I don't want to take somebody off the field that can cover just to put somebody on the field that can cover. let's just have two covering people on the field, But Jabril Cox is a very, very fun player. Now, why did he fall in the draft, right? Because that's another question that y'all probably getting ready to hit me with, right? Like, why did he fall in the draft? Well, I got two reasons. One, because teams suck at drafting. And two, I think he fell in the draft because, okay, cool, follow the ball. You'll see him make the tackle. I think he fell in the draft because he wasn't the best player in the run game, which is interesting, right? Like, they'll make a linebacker fall because, they're great in the run game, but they can't cover, right? So everybody say, hey, we're looking for these coverage linebackers or whatever. So, all right, cool. But then the best coverage linebackers in the draft, they end up falling. Now. it's kind of weird to me, but you know, he's not the best run game player that you're gonna have on your field. Jabril Cox is definitely gonna be a will linebacker type for you, but you got to keep him clean. You got to keep him clean in the run game. Your D line got to be on point. You got to make it to where these linemen aren't getting to the next level blocking him, because if they block Jabril, he's blocked. And that's linemen, tight end, even receivers. If you block him, he's blocked. But if you have proper D line help, like I would have loved to have seen how he would look with Tyler Chauvin running in front of him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Talking about LSU or whatever. I would have loved to see how he plays the run if he had like a true D line in front. Like all of his whole championship LSU team left, which is interesting because he played for a championship North Dakota State team, and then he went to LSU 1 year too late. Interesting stuff there. But I would have loved to see how Jabril looked, you know, with a better D line in front of him, right? He's gonna be a will linebacker for us. So like I said, man, just have everything in order for him so that he has the opportunity to be what he's great at. And that's a cover dude. But anyway, I ain't want to hold y'all too long, man. This is your Jabril Cox film session. I don't know when you're going to get this, but I know in this week in particular, I'll be dropping Micah Parsons. I'll be dropping this one, and I'll be dropping Quentin Bohanna. Quentin Bohanna might be third. So that's the best hint I can give you. All right. So until then, check out which video that I have dropped already, or the videos that I've already dropped. You know, check out the Boss Man Fat video. We talked about D lineman keeping guys clean. Go check out the Oso Diggy Zor film session. I got a Brent Urban film session running around here somewhere. Go check out the stuff. I need it. I needed to keep this operation going. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Whiskey, man.